5 years. That's how long it's been since the world as I knew it drowned. I still remember the screams, a wall of water, absolute chaos, millions gone. People tried to hold on, tried to save their families, but the ocean always wins. Now it's just us, the lucky ones, the high-risers. I'm Asha, and this is my life in the graveyard of a city. My home? A crumbling skeleton in the middle of a literal ghost town, completely surrounded by water. Some days, the silence is so loud I can almost hear the city breathe. I spend my time on the roof. It's the only way to catch the rain. If it stops raining, I stop living. Every drop counts. Every single one is filtered, boiled, and guarded like gold. But hey, I've got my secrets, like this radio. Sometimes a song is the only thing that keeps me from going fully insane. But this world, it breeds monsters. Water is life, and in a dead city, that makes it target number 1. People have turned primal. They're scavengers, and I have to inventory every single bottle like I'm a bank teller. Then I see it through the telescope. A box, flotsam. Maybe it's food. Maybe it's med kits. I need it. I scramble down to the waterlogged lower floors and start my fishing trip. But I forgot about the other scavengers, the ones in the water. Bam! The wire goes taut. A damn fish gets tangled and I'm slammed into a wall. Blood everywhere, cut to the bone. I am not quitting. I haul it in, and what do I find? Booze. Great. Not even water, just a bottle to disinfect my wound. And that's when I hear them, scavengers. My heart skips. I bolt. Everything goes under the trash. Everything. I can't let them find it. My water, my life. I crawl into my safe room and wait. And then one of them starts shooting. Just random shots into the dark. I have to disconnect. I lose myself in the memory of my little sister. Her face, the only light I have left in this dark hole. They finally leave, and I'm just spent. I crash and the nightmares find me. My family, the water, I can't save them. I'm always too late. The next day, something changes. I hear noises, a shuffle, a creak. I check every floor. Nothing, but something's wrong. I can feel it. So I set a trap. I leave a bar of soap by the sink and I hide. And then a little hand reaches out and takes it. I lunged for her, but she was fast. She shoved me hard and vanished back into the shadows. When I finally cornered her, she was clutching an old photo, me and my little sister. I snatched it back, but before I could say a word, she was gone again. I didn't know what to do with her yet, so I just let it go. She was hiding in the flooded lower rooms, living like an animal. I couldn't stand it. I made a bowl of noodles and brought them down. I wondered when she last ate. She wouldn't take them from my hand, so I just left the bowl and walked away. Later, I heard the sound of the bowl being scraped clean. The next morning, everything she'd stolen from me was back, a peace offering. Watching her try to eat noodles was the highlight of my year. She had no idea how to use chopsticks and just copied every move I made. For the first time in years, I actually smiled. I didn't speak to her yet, but that night, she moved her bed next to mine. She started crying for her parents, so I finally broke the silence. "Don't worry, sweetie, we'll find them." Her name is Hai. The next day was a disaster. We were on the roof when Hai peeled off the tape holding the broken door lock. Clang! We were trapped. I was fuming, but Hai? She just grabbed a wire and picked the lock like a pro. I was stunned, but I had to be stern. Don't touch anything without asking. Noise brings the scavengers. She looked me dead in the eye and said, "We have to leave. It's not safe here." I wasn't ready to hear that. Then my family necklace went missing. I accused her instantly. I called her a thief, and she was devastated. She grabbed her things and moved to another room. The next morning, she was wasting our precious water and trashing my gear out of spite. I was too proud to say anything until the nightmares hit. The tsunami, the water rushing in. I'm screaming, running, failing. Hai woke me up. She held me until the shaking stopped. We were a team again. I taught her the rules: water rationing, absolute silence, and whatever she did, never opened the locked room with the smell. Then the radio broadcast changed everything. Government aid, new cities, a fresh start. Hai was ready to run, but I was terrified. She called me a coward. She started building her own raft out of plastic bottles. "There are sharks out there, Hai. You'll get lost." She just pulled out a flare gun. "I can protect myself." I snatched it away. One shot from that, and every scavenger for miles would be on us. I apologized. I told her why I was scared, how I'd tried to leave before and failed. I told her about my sister, about the jealousy and the fights before the water took everything. Then I looked down and saw my necklace on the floor. It wasn't stolen, it had just broken. I felt like trash. I asked for her forgiveness, and this time I meant it. "Okay, Hai, let's build that raft together." I lost one sister to the water. I wasn't losing another. I gave her my necklace as a gift, and after days of work, we were ready to launch. But luck wasn't on our side. The radio accidentally clicked on. The noise was like a dinner bell for the scavengers. They were inside before we could blink. I shoved Hai behind a fake wall and hid in the room with the smell. I heard them trashing our home, laughing, and then I heard Hai scream. They found her. They smashed our raft. They were coming for my door next. Not again. Not this time. I burst out with the flare gun. Boom! I took the first one down and grabbed Hai. We bolted to another building, setting a radio trap to lure them in. Combat sounds. I fought like a demon. I had to. When I saw the leader holding Hai, I led them back to that locked room. The smell? It was the bodies of everyone who hadn't made it. I used horror to paralyze them before taking them out. It ended on the leader's boat, a brutal fight, a plunge into the freezing water. I could feel the sharks circling, smelling the blood. But I grabbed Hai and we scrambled to a safe high-rise just in time. We're alive, we're together, and we're finally getting out of this city. The leader was the only one left in the water. He was thrashing, reaching for us, but he wasn't the only thing moving in the dark. A massive shark breached the surface, and just like that, he was gone. The ocean finally took its prize. Hai and I scrambled onto the scavenger's ship, and man, this wasn't just a boat, it was a gold mine. Clean water, real food, supplies for months. For the first time in 5 years, I didn't have to ration every drop. That night, something changed. I laid my head down, and for the first time since the world drowned, the nightmares didn't come. No screaming, no rising water, just silence, real, peaceful sleep. The sun came up over a flat blue horizon, and when we woke up, we weren't just survivors anymore. We were travelers. We looked at each other, and we finally saw it. The safe zone, the mainland, a future. We kept our eyes locked on that horizon, moving forward with a hope I thought I'd lost forever. Asha and Hai, 2 sisters born from a storm, sailing toward a brand new world. What an absolute roller coaster of a story. If you cheered for Asha and Hai at the end, hit that like button right now and subscribe so you never miss another epic survival story.